Welcome to Tia's Table, where we talk about making fitness and wellness doable for busy women like you and me. Looking for healthy meal ideas, workout motivation, and good conversation? Don't worry, I got you, girl. Sit back, grab a snack, and let's have some girl talk. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Tia's Table. Girl, first of all, I don't think I've ever called you this late at night. It is Wednesday night at 9:36, which is late for me. But seeing as how tomorrow, September 15th, is the 1-year anniversary of the podcast, I did not want to wait until Friday for this episode to go out. And I try to record our phone calls in real time. So here we are. I have something so good that I want to talk to you about today. I'm so excited about it. I feel like it is going to be a conversation starter. And I cannot wait to get the messages after this episode. But before I get into all of that, if you are new here, I'm Tia. I'm a behavior change specialist, group fitness instructor, and a budding, emerging precision nutrition food expert. And I'm so excited about that. This is where we talk about all things food and fitness for women who want to live a healthier life in a low maintenance way. If you are in need of jumpstarting your own food and fitness journey and you're looking for someone to help you with accountability and consistency, consider me. You can email me at tiavfitness@gmail.com or visit my website, tiavfitness.com, to get all of the information you need on how to get started working with me. So, girl, let's talk about what is on the table. What are we eating right now? I made a salad that someone sent me from Instagram. It was couscous, cherry tomatoes, cilantro, parsley. I believe it was a tad bit of kosher salt. But you make this honey mustard dressing that you toss the salad in. And it was such a simple salad. Oh, and there were cucumbers in it. It was such a simple salad, but it was delicious. I ate it for a week, a whole week, for lunch and dinner with salmon. And it was just so good, so filling, so light, so fresh. And those are all of my favorite things. So if you are interested in trying that salad, I'll share it again on Instagram. Perhaps maybe over the weekend if you catch it. But it was just so good and it was perfect. And you know what? It was one of those salads that kept really well, because a lot of salads tend to get a little soggy once they're tossed in a dressing, but not this one. It's like the recipe called for the perfect amount of dressing. So the sogginess did not happen and the couscous was perfect. Oh my gosh, it was delicious. Something else that I feel like I eat a lot, and I don't always share it every time I eat it because I feel like I eat it so much. But when you are in a pinch or you don't feel like cooking or it's time to get takeout or whatever, and I still want to eat something that's relatively healthy that tastes really good. I love Chinese food takeout. First of all, let's start there. And I don't mean Panda Express, which no shade if you like Panda Express. I don't mean P.F. Chang's, which again, I mean a brown paper bag, or these days they do white grocery bag, right? Chinese food restaurants ran by a local family. Maybe there's possibly a little bit of MSG mixed in there somewhere, but that's what makes it so good. There's grease on the bottom of your bag. Maybe your food drips out of the side on your way home and you have all of the juice and the liquid in the bottom of the bag. That kind of Chinese restaurant. I love Chinese food. And when I go, I get chicken and broccoli, which doesn't sound that exciting. It kind of sounds like, girl, out of all the things on the menu, why would you order chicken and broccoli? Well, because girl, it's good. It's so good, but at the same time, it's so light and it's filling. So you feel like you're getting a treat, but at the same time, at the end of the day, it's just chicken and broccoli tossed in brown sauce. And it helps me get my fix without feeling so bad. Because let me tell you, there was a time where I would go get Chinese takeout and I was ordering the whole right side of the menu. I would just be oh yes, give me kung pao chicken, give me beef and broccoli, give me shrimp lo mein, give me any kind of rice, Give me egg rolls. Give me crab rangoon. Give me all of it. Something that's sweet and sour, like all of it. So the fact that I now am able to go to a restaurant and only order chicken and broccoli and be happy and satisfied and content, girl, that's the kind of change we like to see around here. That is what we like to see. That is real good change for me. So if you ever find yourself ordering Chinese food or wanting Chinese food, definitely consider chicken and broccoli. And sometimes if I'm trying to be like really, really good, I'll get it with or tofu. I'll ask them to sub the chicken for tofu and they cook it the same way, like they toss it in the sauce, and it's perfect. So good, so good, so good. You will not regret trying the chicken and broccoli or the tofu and broccoli tossed in brown sauce. Tell them I sent you. Tell them it was me that put that on their menu. Okay, so let's get into what we're talking about on today's episode. Now, as you know, we are on an investigative report adventure, trying different things. This particular episode is about a treatment that I have known about for a while, but I didn't know it was giving the results that it gives, right? So let's back up for a second. You know how waist training was all the rage at one point, right? And people kept claiming like, oh, you can buy a waist trainer. You can wear that thing for 15 hours a day and you too can look like this. And there was a part of me that just never believed that. Like, I'm like, no, there's no way. People are putting that thing on and when you take it off, like, boom, you're the same. There's no way a waist trainer is giving you a completely different body shape. Like, it's just not happening. There's got to be something else going on there that people are not sharing. So, girl, tell us what it is that you're doing in addition to the waist trainer. And my friend, since you and I, we are close and we are real good sister girlfriends, I'm going to tell you what the people are doing. I'm going to tell you where the girls are going and what they're having done. They are having something done called cavitation. I think some places call it body sculpting. The place that I tried it calls it something that completely different. Like, it's not either one of those things. So, depending on where you go, it might be called something different. But at the end of the day, basically, you are going to spend about 30 to 60 minutes laying on a table and getting your fat melted with something that kind of feels like an ultrasound machine. So let's get right into it all the way. Okay, so what you want to do is listen very carefully because it's a lot of different pieces to it. And based on my research, I feel like depending on where you go, this treatment could be different for you. Like, they might use a different kind of machine or they might not do everything that I got done. So, don't hold me to this tooth and nail word for word because different places might offer it in a different way. But at the end of it all, we're all getting the same treatment, and that is the cavitation. Okay, so what is it? This is a treatment that reduces the inches by locally targeting fat. And you can get it done anywhere. You can get it done on your stomach, on your arms, on your back, on your legs. And that's the thing, right? It's non-surgical, so there is no recovery time or anything like that. You're not getting stuck with any needles, no knives, no anything. But based on what I've learned about this, you can only target one area at a time. Now, maybe if you pick a place and you go to a place that will allow you to pick more than one place at a time, that is a different situation. But from what I've learned and based on the place that I've been going, they only allow you to pick one place at a time. So, take for that what you will. And we're going to get into something else as it relates to the multiple body parts in a second, but they only let you pick one body part at a time. Now, the treatment promotes fat reduction in whatever area you pick. So, you would essentially be laying on a table, right? Based on where you go, you might have a cold treatment, a hot treatment. Maybe they use lasers. Where I went, they use an ultrasonic cavitation, which basically tones your body using radio frequencies and a low frequency ultrasonic wave, which feels like a lot to say. But girl, basically, they have a super turbo edition of what is essentially an ultrasound machine. And they kind of just rub it all over whatever area you select for about 20 minutes. And then after that, they wrapped me in some type of detox wrap. Like she put a mask or she sprayed something on me, then she rubbed something on me. Then she wrapped me in basically what felt like and looked like saran wrap. And then she put a super big heating pad on me. And then I kind of laid there for about 25 minutes. And then she came back and then she used another machine to, I guess, like smooth all of that out. And she said she was pushing the fat like into my lymphatic system so that it could like drain out, right? So that gives you an idea of what my experience was like. But of course, different places I think might do it a little differently. So the ultrasonic waves, they form bubbles around your fat deposits. And when the bubbles burst, those fat deposits leak into your lymphatic system and then they come out. And I know it sounds a lot. Like we may even be a little skeptical, like, Tia, what are you even talking about? This sounds ridiculous. Does it even work? And I have to say, girl, not only does it work, and I hate to even be up here saying this, not only does it work, but I've gotten it done twice because, I have to check and double check before I can come and tell everybody. Not only does it work, but I felt like after that first session, I could tell a difference. Please don't hate me. We can still be friends. Like, girl. And when you see me now, don't think, oh, she only looks like that because she had that treatment done. Now, what I will say is that the treatments are permanent. So again, we got to be real careful about who we're going to, who we're letting do these things to us, because the treatments are permanent as long as you are committed to a healthy way of eating and working out. And they make that perfectly clear before you go in. She tells you, like, over and over again, they tell you, you got to be eating right, you got to be working out, or these results are not going to last. But I think after, and I wish I had written it down, but I think after my first session, I want to say I had lost like 4 or 4.5 inches off of my body after the first session. And in my opinion, it was a noticeable difference. Like, I could tell. Now, could someone else looking at me probably tell a big difference in how I look? Maybe not, possibly not. But I could tell. But then that's because we look at our bodies and we scrutinize every little area and we know what we look like. So for me, girl, when I mean to tell you I could tell a difference, I could tell a difference after the first session. Now, after the second session, I didn't notice much change, but she also said that people normally come in and have like 6 sessions done before they are, like done and like happy with their bodies. She also said that there are people who come in and literally have these treatments done every week, that they don't work out. They don't necessarily eat like anything. They just come every week and have it done. And she actually showed me, and I hope this is not a HIPAA violation, but I guess it's not medical. But, I hope this is not breaking like homegirl code or anything. But she actually showed me somebody's Instagram profile. And she was like, yeah, this girl, she comes every week. She doesn't work out or anything. And when I mean to tell you that girl looked good, she looked good. And so then that brings me back to, what are we doing all this for? because there is a whole nother world out there where people are going and getting these things done, and they're not stressing about the workouts and the food and the water and, all these other things that I feel like I stress about every day and all the time. But to each her own. We don't method shame. We don't shame someone's process or how they like to do things. But when I saw the photos, I was like, dang, she looks good. And I just need to know how I too become a person that's going to come over here every week. No, I can't do it. No, I can't do it because I would feel bad for not working out. I would feel like my knee, and we're going to talk about this too, but my knee was down bad. So I couldn't even work out all last week, and I felt so bad about it. So, staying committed to the lifestyle that I've chosen for myself, but also knowing hey, girl, in a pinch, you can come over here and slide up on this table and get up feeling and looking real good. I think it's a great supplemental treatment to add to what we're already doing. And we're great candidates for this, which I'm not telling you to do this. Girl, remember, I'm not telling you to do it. You talk to your doctor and consider all the things. But as for me and my body, we're going to work out and eat this food. And before I go to the beach, I'm going to think about laying back down on that table, right? So listen, the treatments, like I said, they're about 30 to 60 minutes long. Based on what I have seen as far as prices go, prices vary. I've seen prices as low as 80 something bucks. I've seen prices as high as about $300 or so dollars. The place that I went to was almost kind of sort of right in the middle. It was $189 for the two treatments. Well, no, for each treatment, it was $189. So, and they had other options up there for you to pick from. There were several treatments for you to pick from. So based on where you go, you might be able to select another service that includes this, but maybe you're getting something else done too. And so they offer you a deal, yada, yada, yada. And they're definitely going to try to sell you a multi-pack session situation on your way out to the car. Because every appointment that I've gone to, when I check out, they are up selling like nobody's business, and I can't even be mad at them for it, because once people see that it works, I'm sure people are like, yep, swipe, 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 give me all the sessions, I'll be back. Of course, I didn't buy a group package or anything like that, because I'm like, oh, I want to monitor what this does, how I look, and I want to make sure that I don't go too far and that I still look really natural and beautiful. And honestly, at the end of the day, what led me to even try this was for the sake of the podcast, right? Because I just enjoy doing things like this, learning about it and, seeing what the tea is. But now that I know that it's something that actually works and is safe and it's non-invasive, it's quick, it's relatively affordable, I'm like, ooh, so I can keep working out, eating really well. I can stay on my same path and my same journey. And maybe, once in a while, I'll slide on over on that table and just have them buff me down real quick. And it's going to be fine. I'm very excited about this. So if you can't tell, I feel like this particular treatment is a yes for those of us who are good candidates for it. And I think in order to be a good candidate for it, you do need to be really working out well, really eating well. You have to be drinking water. That's the other part to it. So you have to be drinking water in order for everything to drain and flush out. And they should explain that to you when you go. Drinking water is super important for it to work and the results to stay. Another thing that they point out to you is that waist training is very crucial to the results. And this is where they lose me. And this is probably why I'm not going to be a every week on the table girl. Because wearing a waist, and I have tried for this in particular, because I'm like, well, first of all, because I spent $189 on the treatments. So I was like, yep, let me slap that waist trainer on so that I do not waste my money and my time being over there. And I'm like, ooh, I can get down with the waist trainer for maybe the first couple of hours, but after about the 4-hour mark, I'm still able to wear it, but I just know I'm not an all day, everyday waist trainer kind of girl. I'm just not going to be her. And because of that, I know I'm not a good candidate for getting these particular treatments done on a regular basis, because they tell you when you are done with your treatment, they say you've got to wear your waist trainer, or else this is like throwing money out the window on your way home. So if you're thinking about doing this, or if this sounds appealing to you, just know that you got to do a few things to keep it all right and tight and to keep those permanent results. Number one, you got to be drinking a lot of water. Number two, you got to be eating right and working out. Number three, you have to commit to wearing the waist trainer, right? Number four, the place that I went to also recommend that you use a collagen supplement to keep your skin nice and firm and tight. And then lastly, and we've already talked about this, but they also recommended that I drink some type of detox tea. And even though I already knew what was going to happen to me when I drank that tea, I said, Tia, do it so that you can give an accurate account of this whole experience. Maybe this time will be different. And it was not. I drank the tea. I drank the tea at like almost 8 o'clock on a Sunday night. When I woke up that next morning, like regular, like I was able to sleep through the night, no problem. When I got up, and on that particular Monday, I did get up at 4. But I got up. And when I mean to tell you guys, it was like go gadget, go from 4 o'clock in the morning until maybe, I don't know, like 10:30 in the morning. It was nonstop. Oh my gosh, this is ruining my life, kind of going to the bathroom. And y'all already know how I feel about that. Like, I'm like, ooh, don't drag me through the mud like this. But the tea did. But what I just learned, literally moments before this call, I learned that maybe I had that reaction to the tea because of how much water I drink. So it's kind of like you have to drink a lot of water for the treatments to do what they need to do. But at the same time, I think drinking so much water activated the tea and like made me just go crazy, because she guaranteed me that that was not going to happen to me. And I know someone else who drank the tea and it didn't happen to her, but it happened to me. And so I'm like, what is it? I can't do probiotics. I can't do detoxes. And I feel like, I can't do them because they literally have the worst reaction in me. Like, and it makes me so miserable that I can't even like get anything done during the day, number one. And then number two, no pun intended. But then number two, I'm like, I can't. So then I can't drink water because I don't know. It feels like a hamster wheel. It feels like a hamster wheel. And I don't want to live in a little cage, drinking my water out of a little bottle. So I have to get off of that. And which is probably why, I'm not a good candidate for this. Because if the girls are drinking these teas as often as that woman recommended that I take them, my goodness, no wonder everyone has an incredibly flat stomach, because there's nothing in there. There's literally nothing in there if they're drinking them that often. Now, just to make sure that I know what I'm talking about, and maybe just to test out and see if I'm going to have a different reaction, I drank that tea again tonight. So by the time you guys hear this, I will either be in the midst of another messy day, or maybe I'll be okay. Who knows? I don't know. I'll be sure to share like in coded language on Instagram if I'm okay or if I'm down bad. We'll see how it goes. But I had to have the tea again tonight because I just wanted to see if drinking the water really affected, anything. So we'll see. I'm going to try drinking less water and see if I get the same results from the tea. But all of that matters. So if you're going to get these treatments done, you got to drink the tea. You got to wear the waist trainer. Use your collagen supplements. Make sure you're eating right, working out, and doing all the things. Or else it won't be for anything. So let's see. Did it hurt? Because I know someone will want to know. Okay, so apparently there are different intensity levels. The first time I went, I felt like it was a lot of tingling sensations that weren't necessarily good. I'm not going to say it hurt, but then again, I feel like I have a high tolerance for pain. I'm not going to say that it hurt, but I will say that it wasn't the most comfortable thing the first time. But since it was my first time, I didn't know that there were intensity levels. I did not know that the machine could be turned down. And thinking back on it, that lady really, she really could have turned it down for me, because I was visibly like uncomfortable, right? But I was able to tolerate it, and it was all good. And I do think that that's why I saw such huge improvements after the first session, because my intensity level was so high. During the second session, she didn't tell me before she turned and it was a different person. She didn't tell me before she turned the machine on. And so when it started, like doing its thing, I jumped. And I think she assumed that meant I was in pain, but really no, girl, I'm shocked because you didn't say anything and you just turned the machine on. But because she did a lower intensity level, I don't think I saw the same results as I did the first time. So that's another good thing to point out. When you go, be knowledgeable enough to, even though, girl, it's going to be your first time going, if you go, say to them like, hey, what intensity level is this at? And have them turn it up until you feel like you can't stand it. Because I also feel like that's the only way to get the really good results, is by having that higher intensity level. And at my second appointment, the woman did confirm that for me. She was like, yeah, that when you come back again, and I was thinking, girl, again, I'm not going to be back, but yes, I am. When I come back again, make sure that you try to move up in the intensity, because that's the only way it's gonna keep improving, the look that you're going for. Which, and honestly, I'm not even going for a different look. You know what I'm going for? Let me tell you. I'm happy with where I am right now, right? I really don't want to get too much smaller or look differently than I look right now, right? But what I do realize is that if I were to drop a dress size, I do look very different than I do right now if I were to drop a dress size. However, if I drop a dress size, and there are going to be absolutely things about me that I'm not going to like. And I know this because I have been down that road before. I have been much smaller than I am right now, and I have texted people and been like, oh my gosh, I should get this done or I should get that done because now I'm too small. And that happens sometimes, and maybe someone else can relate to this. Sometimes you are happy with where you are, right? And you keep working out, you keep eating really well. And before you know it, now you've slipped into like the other side of your fitness journey, which is like, oh, I think I went too far. And I'm learning now how to maintain. When I was teaching classes, it was very hard to maintain a certain size, because when you work out for a living, like you're constantly moving, you're constantly burning calories. But now that I'm not instructing classes, I'm like, no, I need to learn how to keep the figure that I want. And I think services like this, don't be mad at me for saying this, but I think services like this are a great way to maybe target areas that would be smaller if you were okay with being a different size. This is a great way, I think, for you to stay curvy and keep your natural look and just kind of target different areas, which brings me to what I was going to mention earlier, and I saved it. So, when we're looking at photos of people who are really, really curvy, but then they have the tiniest arms, like their arms are very tiny, or their legs are very tiny, which again, no shade. We love it. We love everybody, right? But we wonder to ourselves, well, how is it that she can be so curvy? Because we know curves come all over. Like, it's very rare for somebody to be like boom, boom, pow, but then have the teeny tiny little everything. Y'all, I think this is what they're doing. Like, I think people are going and having their arms targeted, their thighs targeted, but then they're keeping their curves everywhere else. And I can't even hate on it because I'm like, girl, yeah, I get it. Because it's not surgery. It's quick. It's affordable. I mean, I can't knock it. We cannot knock another woman's hustle. You can't knock it. But if you have ever wondered, like I have, like, well, how is that possible that she can be like boom, boom, pow, but then like she doesn't have like arms like mine or thighs like mine? This is how she's doing it. Which I love my arms. I have arms like Serena Williams. In my mind, I tell myself they're like Serena Williams' arms. Maybe they cannot play tennis like her, but I tell myself they're muscular like hers. Yes, but if you have ever wondered that, that's how I'd be willing to bet this is what they're doing. This is what the girls have been doing, and they haven't been telling us about it. So now we know. Now we know all of the secrets, but it doesn't hurt. So if you were wondering about the pain, it doesn't hurt. Would I do this again? Absolutely. Not on a regular basis though, because I feel like it's truly something that is supplemental. For me, it is something that is supplemental only because I know I'm not going to do all of the other things that you have to do to be someone who gets this done regularly, right? I'm not going to waist train every day. But you know what I would do? I would definitely waist train at least a week or two after I got it done, just to kind of in good faith try to keep what just happened in its place. But because I know I'm not going to waist train every single day, and I know I'm not going to drink that tea on a regular basis, which it's very interesting to me because when you read the back of the box of the tea, it literally tells you not to drink it for longer than a 2-week time period. So I don't know. I don't know what the girls are doing about that. But I'm very interested in learning more. If you're a person that has either sold some of that detox tea, or you drink it on a regular basis, or like you live by it or swear by it, please write me on Instagram. My handle is @TiaVFitness. I would love to learn more about how people are able to do this regularly and it's not wreaking havoc on their life. Because when I mean to tell you, it shut down my Monday, it shut me down. I wasn't able to do anything. The second I would get up and start like scooting around walking, I couldn't do it. It shut my day down. Shut me down. We'll see what happens to me tomorrow. I drank the tea already today. We'll see what tomorrow brings. We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But if you're a person that knows a lot about that tea, you've had experience with it, please DM me so we can have a nice, good conversation because I want to learn all of the things. So that's it for our adventure for today. I hope people found that to be helpful or interesting, enlightening. Girl, don't look at me any different because let me tell you something, okay? I have been working out almost my whole adult life. And like I'm telling the people who, sign up to do the group online coaching program that starts in a couple weeks, things in life will change. Like your weight, the way you look, all of that, it may fluctuate. It may go up and down. Maybe for you, it won't. Maybe you have looked the same your whole life. Maybe you are going to look the same until the day that, the Lord Jesus calls you home. But for people like me who literally, you can look at pictures of me over the last 11 years, right? And I say 11 because that's when I had my first kid. Totally different. I have looked different at so many different stages of my life. And I feel like I'm finally at a place where I feel really, really good about how I feel in my body, how I look, how my clothes fit. And I feel like I'm being really consistent in a healthy way with my working out and the way that I eat. And it's got a nice balance and a nice rhythm to it. So if there is some type of spa treatment or wellness treatment or whatever these treatments are that the girls are getting, if there's something out there that I can be doing to just kind of like buff me down and buff me out every now and again, girl, sign me up. Take my money. Let me make an appointment. It can be a girl's day out. Like, give it to me. Give it to me. And it's no needles, no knives. No one really can tell the difference because we keep it au natural. Like we keep the look real smooth and natural. Sign me up. This one for me this week was a win. Okay, so let's get into the workout report. Like I said, I hurt my knee, so I haven't been able to work out here within the past week. I took the kids on a trip. While we were on that trip, there was a chase down the beach of a beach ball and a nephew. Let me tell you, when you see people running after something or after a child, if you are not, as another adult, if you are not going to be fully committed to helping 100%, stay out them people way. Because that's how I fell. I was chasing two things, a baby and a beach ball. But aside from that, because I had that part under control, when the adults, the well-meaning adults on the beach were kind of like halfway committed to helping me, so they kind of like stick their hand out or kind of halfway like dive for the ball, but they really weren't committed. I think they were just doing it just to be nice, just to like show good effort, like, oh, we will try to help you, like, ooh, I almost missed it. One lady even said to me like, oh, I'm sorry I missed it, I'm not athletic. Honey, girl, sit there and hold your baby, because she had a whole baby in her lap. Sit there and hold your baby, because you're making this harder for me. Unless you're going to commit 100% to what you see going on with a stranger, stay out of it. Stay out of it, because that is how I feel. One man trying to be a gentleman, I do not know what he thought he was doing, but he kind of stuck his hand out halfway and kind of did that soft lean, like he was going to try to do something, but then he pulled it back and he got out of my way. That is when I fell. I fell face forward into the sand. And when I fell, the people around me went, ooh, like, ugh. And I'm like, okay, you guys, okay, because y'all halfway committed to helping. Now I've fallen. I get up. My knees are burning from the sand, because I guess that's a thing. You can get, just like you can get carpet burn, I guess you can get sand burn. My knees are burning. My knees are bleeding. I need a Band-Aid. And other than that, I'm like, okay, this is fine. No big deal. No big deal until about maybe 2 days later, when my knees were swollen. And one of them even looked like it was like a marble, like a small marble in there. It was swollen. They were puffy. They were tender to the touch. Every time Cookie would jump up on me, that was extremely painful. And I'm like, oh, well, it's probably a bad idea for you to try to work out with your knees like this. So you should probably just not do it. So I didn't. I took days off until my knees stopped bleeding, because that was the other thing. But because I'm still a mother and I'm in here like picking up laundry, picking up this, squatting down to do that, every time I would move my knee or like bend it, the sore would crack open and it would start bleeding all over again. So that too felt like a little hamster wheel going to nowhere. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't even heal because my life keeps making this scab open back up again. It was crazy. So I took some days off. I'm finally all healed up. My swelling has gone down. The scab is completely healed, and I feel like I'm ready to get back on the treadmill. So I'm going to get back on the treadmill tomorrow and do a run with Alex and Ashton Kutcher. There's like a whole thing on the Peloton platform. So I'm going to do that, and I'm very excited about it. Get back into my weight training. I'm also signed up for a Pilates Reformers class at the end of the month. I'm very excited to try that and see, what it's like getting over to the place, because that's going to be a thing, living where I live. If the traffic is not bad, that'll be a plus, but I'm excited to try that out and just get back into the swing of things since I've been kind of away, which honestly, it hasn't been that bad not working out. One, because I was hurt, but then for two, because I have had so many other things to work on. It's really giving me time to kind of focus on some other stuff during the day. So it hasn't been that bad, but I'm excited to get back into my working out. Let's talk about some very random things before we go, because I can feel the sleep. It is coming to me. Well, as we know by now, the Queen has gone home to glory, and that's been all over everything. I watch a lot of royals coverage and like documentaries. I am a fan of The Crown. It's a great TV show. I don't know when it's coming back, but when it comes back, I think it's the last season. And I think that the next season is supposed to cover Meghan Markle, possibly. I don't know. But anyway, it's a great show. But I've watched enough documentaries to know that the way they did Princess Diana was just so ugly and so bad and so wrong. That I don't know. Like I didn't feel one way or the other about that, which is typically how I feel when like celebrities pass. Maybe I'm like, oh, like that's sad because so-and-so was a good artist, or I'm going to miss seeing so-and-so in movies. Like, I'm definitely empathetic, and I'm kind of like going to miss the artistry that they used to give to the world. But this one, I was just kind of like, oh, she was 96 and she spent the past, 70 something years as the queen, which means that lady lived a good life. That lady lived a good, well taken care of, soft life. So, I feel like the news coverage of it will probably be a lot. It'll probably be a lot. I don't think that I'll be watching any of it because I think I prefer a royal wedding over a royal funeral. I've never seen a royal funeral, but I'm assuming that's going to be the case. And then I'll just check Twitter to make sure everybody is being nice to Meghan. And that's pretty much all I care about. So I didn't watch the Emmys because, me and award shows, I think I broke up with award shows quite some time ago. And I'll only watch now if there's supposed to be some musical performance by somebody that I really want to see. So I didn't watch the Emmys like live on television, but as with everything, I watch it live on Twitter. So I find out when people win and I get to see their speeches and all of that without having to commit to watching the entire show. So I can watch something that I actually want to see and I can just kind of like fake stream the awards. And I was so happy to see that Sheryl Lee Ralph won an Emmy. She has been in so many things. As a little girl growing up, like she's been in everything. Most notably for me, though, she was Moesha's mama. She was great. She's so good on Abbott Elementary, and I was so happy to see her win, and her speech was incredible. So, and I think I saw a clip of like her children's response to when her name got called out, and that was really sweet too. So if you haven't seen that, definitely check that out on Twitter if you can find it. Listen, and this is probably going to be like our last thing before I go. I'm going to get my hair done in a couple days. And recently it has come to me how much hair is like a thing. And it's too much of a thing for me. And it's like I'm tired. I would literally shave my head if I felt like that was the answer, but I don't feel like it is. I don't feel like that would be the answer at all. But let me tell you, I feel like when you get your hair done, you almost have to immediately start thinking about your next hairstyle and like planning for it, ordering the hair. And, for those of us that do that, like we order bundles, we order hair, we go get the things sewn in and laid down and braided and all of that. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's time for me to get my hair done again. I had to order hair. I was sweating. I was sweating like a hot mess, stressed out, wondering like if my hair was going to make it here on time for my appointment this weekend. It arrived really fast, actually. You know what? That hair got here so fast that I almost want to like tell people where I ordered it from, but I can't do that until after I've had the hair like put in and we use it and I see what it's going to do. Right. But, yeah, I was stressed about that. Like, oh my gosh, is my hair going to get here on time? What hairstyle do I want? You got to go back and forth thinking about it. Then the maintenance of it all. And then before you know it, girl, it's time to take those braids out and it's time to get some new ones. It's so much of a commitment. You literally spend a day getting your hair done, a day taking it down. Then we haven't even talked about getting it trimmed and deep conditioning it. And like, it's all a thing. Being a woman is so much of a nonstop thing, like with the hair, the nails, the waxing, the eyebrows. For me, girl, the lashes, the braids, the hair, skincare, massages, facials. Like, when does it end? When I guess it ends when we end. But I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so much. The supplements, ashwagandha, this, apple cider vinegar, that, which by the way, I take those 2 supplements every day. And I don't know if the ACV is really doing anything, but I live by ashwagandha. Like, hands down, I can tell a difference in when I'm taking it and when I'm not. So take that for what you will. That's one that I will die on that hill telling people that one works. But yeah, I feel like it's just so much. And recently, I just feel like the hair thing is like taking me out. Maybe that's because I love wearing braids, but braids are so much of a commitment, like time-wise, money-wise. And sometimes you just get burnt out, kind of like you do when you cook all the time. Like, I feel like I'm burnt out of doing all the things with my hair, but then I'm always happy once it's done. So it's like you complain, getting all the things together, but then once it's done, you're like, oh my gosh, I love my hair. So I don't know. It definitely makes getting ready every day really easy. But I feel like the hair thing is a big thing. And if I weren't wearing braids, that would be, I don't know how girls are able to like work out like this and still do their own hair. Like, my hair couldn't, I tried and it just wouldn't. Like, it just would not do what I needed it to, needed it to do. But then again, I don't have braiding fingers either, or like hairstyling fingers. I feel like some girls got that in their DNA and some of us don't, and I just didn't get it. So I was never able to like maintain and keep a hairstyle with my own hair. So, going and getting fun things done to my hair is fun and it's cute and I love it. But it's just like the time commitment and like the worrying about it and picking things out. My hair appointment is on Sunday. And I'm still debating between 2 different hairstyles. I feel like I should share them with people and we should all just vote on one. But I'm going back and forth in my mind about 2 different hairstyles. And I guess between now and Sunday, today is, for what it's worth, girl, it's already Thursday. But yeah, between now and Sunday, I'll have to figure it out. Okay, so here we are at the end of our 1-year anniversary episode. When this podcast first started, I didn't know what it was going to be, where it was going to go, if people were going to like it. But I am so incredibly appreciative of everybody who downloads episodes. Like, people actually download these and save them. I cannot even believe that. I cannot believe that people stream episodes over and over again, or that y'all tune in when a new one comes out. Like, that blows me away. I appreciate you all so much. And I'm happy that this is a place for us to come, have fun, be silly, talk about things, learn about things, and just learn and grow together. I love that for us. So thank you for supporting the podcast. I'm going to do something special for our 1-year anniversary, or should I call it our birthday? I don't know. Mariah Carey has a rule about that. I need to look it up. But I'm so excited to be here with you guys. 1 year in, and we are just now getting started. I'm going to go ahead and get off this phone, girl, because it is late. What time is it? It is now 10:24, but before I go, I wanted to remind everybody that TVF University is opening for enrollment on Friday, September 16th. Now, if you are subscribed to my newsletter, then you'll get an email on Friday with a promo code that you can use to get registered. Girl, get up there, get registered, grab you a seat. It is an online group coaching program that is designed to help you gain momentum, develop the consistency that you've been looking for. It's a 4 or 5 week program, depending on which one you choose. It's a 4 or 5 week program. Each week we tackle things that are important to you, important to your journey. I know these are things that people want to develop consistency and discipline in. And I'm so excited to spend the next 30 days helping you guys change in a way that aligns with the life that you want to live. If you have any questions about the courses or the programs being offered, feel free to email me at tiavfitness@gmail.com, or you can send me a DM on Instagram at tiavfitness. Remember, don't compare, don't compete, don't complain. What God has for you is for you. Never knock another woman's hustle. I so appreciate you guys. I cannot believe I just did my first nighttime episode. Girl, I will see you later. I will talk to you later. Love you. Bye. Thank you for joining me at Tia's Table. I love good girlfriend time. And if you do too, please consider subscribing to the show. Don't forget to rate and review, and be sure to follow me on Instagram for daily food and workout inspiration. Talk to you later, girl. Bye.